Python for Finance, and today we'll be talking about operators. Operators in Python are symbols that tell a computer what action to perform on given values. And since this is a Python for Finance series, we'll obviously be working with a lot of numbers, such as prices, returns, portfolio weights, risk metrics, and all that fun stuff. So, in short, if variables are our labeled containers, operators will be our 6'5" nonchalant guy that will be what manipulates them. So let's dive in. Arithmetic operators. So with arithmetic operators, we have 7 ways we can use them. The 4 standard are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to assume that most, if not all of you guys know what these do. But in case if you don't, that's fine. There's this really good children's book that I recommend if you need to brush up on your math basics. But the biggest takeaway is that division will always return a float. Then we have exponents, which is the power to something. Floor division, which works like division, but rounds down to the nearest whole number. And then we have modulus, which gives us the remainder of a division. Then we have assignment operators, and what they do is store results back into a variable. So we have a basic assignment example here where we have our variable name and then we're assigning it a value. Then we have our compound assignment operators. So suppose we make some money, maybe from selling a stock or selling our alternative investments. We'll want to deposit our hard-earned money into our bank account. So in our example here, we're starting with an account balance of 0. Then we add our income to it, and we're going to take the current value of the bank account variable and add the income to it, and store the new total back into the bank account variable. But writing it this way is kind of ugly and pretty inefficient. And so let's take a look at a better way of doing this. This example does the exact same thing, but a lot cleaner and efficient. So basically, the plus equals operator means that add this value to the current one and update it. And the same idea applies to the other arithmetic operators. Then we have comparison operators, and comparison operators return true or false and are often useful for decision making, risk rules, strategy logic, or any kind of logic, to be honest with you. So let's go through all the types of comparison operators that are available to us. So starting off with our first one, we have the equals to operator. Then we have the not equals to. Then we have the greater than. Then we have the less than. Then we have greater than equal to. And then lastly, we have less than equal to. So let's take a look at a few examples. So in our first example, we're storing the current price of a stock, and we're basically going to be asking a few questions about it. So the first one is the price greater than 100? Yes, so we get true. Then we ask, is the price equal to 120? Yes, so we get true again. Then lastly, we're asking if the price is not equal to 150, and this is correct, so it will also return true. Then in our second example, we can combine these comparisons with a conditional. So let's say that Palantir is trading at 150. Our code is saying that if Palantir is less than or equal to 150, and that we may have a potential buying opportunity. Otherwise, we shouldn't even touch it. Now, since Palantir is 150, our condition is true and Python will print our signal. But if Palantir were, say, like 180, our else block will execute and print our else statement instead. Then we have logical operators, and they allow us to combine multiple conditions. So let's go through them. Our first one is the AND operator, and this means that both conditions must be true. And then we have the OR operator, which means that one must be true. Then lastly, we have the NOT operator, and this reverses the condition. So in this example, we're using a conditional statement to check if the price is less than 100 and if the volume is greater than 100,000. And if both conditions are true, the program prints our signal. Lastly, we have membership operators, and this checks if a value exists within a collection. So for instance, the in operator means that it exists within our collection. The not in means that it doesn't exist within our collection. So in our example here, we're checking if NVIDIA is in the portfolio. So in this case, it is. So the print statement will return true. Then down below it, we are also using a conditional statement to see if we own NVIDIA. So since we do, it will return our print statement. And that's operators for Python in finance, and I will see you guys in the next one.